People, deluded, I'm back again. Now a quick one. Now, I'm no Chelsea fan, but I like football, and there's been a lot of different transfers. I know when you speak of Chelsea transfers, we're all probably focused on Timo Werner, maybe Declan Rice joining that club. You know, Havertz is in the team now and whatnot. And is there anybody else? But there probably is one player I'm missing out on. But either way, you get the point in it. You're not really focusing on, with all due respect to Thiago Silva. You are in that Chelsea need a defender. You know, they're letting Rudiger go allegedly. Thiago's been brought in 36, 37. I'm sure you've all seen his comments about how he stayed away from the league and now he's back. And I think in time, he'll prove a good signing for Chelsea. I don't know for whatnot, but I think he'll provide a good character in the dressing room. I think he'll provide that winning mentality. I think it's volumes that you're hearing he doesn't speak the best of English, and he's only been at Chelsea 2 seconds and he had the captain's ban. I can't be sure, but did that get removed from him? It could have been. And you know, he didn't have the best of Premier League starts to his Chelsea career as he wanted. You know, he was subbed, he made a mistake. You know, I'd say almost that arrogance, the healthy arrogance that he has on the ball and whatnot, it kind of cost him, because there weren't no concentration in that little mishap where he was dispossessed for the ball. Pardon me, where West Brom ended up putting in the back of the net. Now, the only saving grace, you know, Chelsea, it feels like a win because they scored, you know, they took a point. Chelsea and Lampard and Chelsea fans won't be happy with 2 points dropped. The only saving grace at that moment is even at 3-0, you knew West Brom weren't going to see this lead through. You know, their defence isn't good enough. With all due respect, their calibre of players isn't good enough to probably see them stay up in this league. I hope they prove me wrong. My opinion isn't facts, but you knew Chelsea was going to score. I think Thiago showed some good leadership. He showed some good passes on the ball, but he showed that, you know, he's going to have to concentrate a bit more, because a similar mistake happened against Barnsley. It didn't end up in a goal, but lapse in concentration. That could have been the beginning of the end, sort of thing, based on this game. Football. A week is a long time in football, but football, a week is also a short time. You know, Chelsea, I think tomorrow they've got Spurs, and I don't know for who they've got next in the league. You know, if he plays against Spurs, committed performance, nobody cares. And, you know, nobody will care when he goes off and has better games. But specific to that game, I think he did all right apart from that mistake. And, you know, anything that can be attributed at Thiago, I think you can attribute to the whole team, because the whole Chelsea team was poor. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi gave a good account of himself, and that's what you want to see, man. You want to see, stop being in your feelings and hearing these rumours about wanting to leave, even though I get it, a loan spell will be beneficial. When you get your chance, grab it. Now, again, against Chelsea, I could be wrong. Chelsea and Spurs is on Tuesday, I could be wrong. And rotation plays a part. You know, Pulisic didn't play, which is annoying for my FPL side. But, you know, Callum, you've kind of given Lampard no choice but to think about you against Chelsea. I mean, I keep saying Chelsea, against Spurs. You know, that's what you've got to do. But in relation to Thiago Silva, it is what it is. He needs to just learn to concentrate, really, because the last 2 games he's given the ball away needlessly, and man are not looking at Thiago Silva to do that. You're looking at him to them mistakes are few and beyond. Lampard isn't going to turn his back on his Don. He said Thiago is going to be fantastic for us. He has been incredible in his career, and absolutely I will not look at him. I can talk about the mistakes, they are clear, and I'm open and honest about that. We are a team, but we have to react around that. And to be fair, the team did in the second half. There's nothing on Thiago. I'm sure he'll stand up and say it was a mistake. But other than that, I thought he was pretty faultless in the game. And to be fair, Lampard, I agree. But at the same time, you know, this is the difference between getting top 4, winning titles or not. You being good and he's human, but you being good in all other aspects is irrelevant. You know, you had one moment where you needed to stay concentrated, and that's affected the team. And someone of Thiago's standard knows that. So while I agree, and he's obviously talking him up, that's the other side I've got to bring to you people. He said that's his first Premier League game done and in the bank. He'll get a lot more from him. We will get a lot more from him as well, especially as he gets fitter and as the whole team get fitter. And you did see, to be fair, you saw elements of his game that he's not fully fit. But, you know, he completed 80 of his 87 passes, people, to be fair. Now, the one pass or the one ball he should have got under control, he failed to. But, you know, I think he'll come good, man. And I don't think it's an age thing for Thiago. Obviously, he plays for Chelsea. I'll be the first here to campaign if he looks like a flop and whatnot on a less serious note, as man would do for Arsenal and stuff. But on a serious note, I like Thiago, man. I like what he's given to the game. I think he'll be a decent signing for Chelsea. And like Lampard said, he's got to hold his hands up for that mistake. He don't make that mistake, maybe Chelsea win that in a different way. But we can't do ifs, buts and that. He'll hold his hands up and he'll go again. On that note, though, people, DG, I'm out.